the arithmetic. And when it was time for us to vote for one of the bishops.
I mean, 48 people were voting.
Yes, sir. And if, I'm telling you, if people voted parochially, I would not have got a job. It's quite certain that people outside the Diocese of Gambia must have felt that I should be the person to be given the opportunity to serve. And so that's how it happened. For me, it was a miracle. You know, the tiniest, we're the smallest nation, you know, because we're talking about Ghana, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea-Conakry, Guinea-Bissau, Senegal, Cape Verde, and Cameroon is also part of us. And Sierra Leone. So we are 9 countries in this province, and they have given me the privilege to be the primate to represent the West Africa Anglican Communion when the primates meet. So basically that's what it is. And I thank God for the training Gambians have given me, you know, in the opportunities I had, for example, to run big institutions like IEC, GAMWorks, Tango. I think you will be amazed. For me, that's where all the experience came along, alongside my sometimes critical members who put me in my place from time to time. So all of that put together, I think one is ready to take on this assignment under God and with the prayers of God's people.
Do you see it like your election as the primate and archbishop of the Church of West Africa Anglican Community like the biblical Saul, who when Israel needed its first king, God said to them, go and look for the tallest among the community. I mean, you're tall, you're eloquent, you have certain things at your disposition which the others don't have.
You know, Al-Haj Malik, you have said something profound. you know, I use my height sometimes because, as you know, we are so small on the map that some maps don't even have us.
That is true.
So when I am there, I say Gambia exists.
Yes.
Just look at me. I come from, your maps may not have us, but there is a place called the Gambia on the most western point of Africa. Well, that might be a factor. But I just trust that my colleagues, the bishops and the other delegates to that electoral college just felt that, again, the other advantage I have been serving. You know what it's like to serve for a long time in one place. I've been serving as a bishop for 23 years. In fact, the province of West Africa exclude Nigeria, but I can safely say, as we speak today, and by the grace of God, I'm the longest serving Anglican bishop in the whole of West Africa. There may be maybe 1 or 2 other Nigerian bishops been on the chair longer than me, but I doubt it. But this is basically the advantage of doing this work for so long, and you have experience over the decades. That also helps if one wants to give an assignment to somebody with experience.
One will marvel at the fact that when you come to the Gambia and you just go alongside Box Bar Road, you find the Roman Catholic Church, and then opposite is the King Fahd Mosque. The interfaith between the 2 dominant religions here, Christianity and the Muslims, there is a good relationship between this thing. Can you expand on this?
Let's even start here in your studio. This is my first interview, major interview, since my enthronement as the primate and archbishop of the province of West Africa, Anglican Communion. Being interviewed by a new Al-Haji, Malik Jones. Where in the world would you have that?
Nowhere.
I told your viewers a moment ago that you announced the fact that you have successfully come back from Mecca in my cathedral.
That is true.
And it is in my cathedral that I congratulated you.
You're right, sir.
And a day or 2 after that, we had this enthronement service, and I tell you, I was thrilled. The people who were in attendance, you know, there were many people. The Her Excellency, the Vice President, Aissatou Njai Sedi, was there. That service took 5 hours. And that wonderful lady stayed on with us right through. Not only that, a few hours later, we invited her to a primatial banquet, and she sat through it all for 3 hours. That is in itself, and she was, of course, representing the head of state, who everybody knows that he regards the minority of religion here very highly. And, you know, and not only that, then you had, of course, I invited all the political leaders of the country. For me, it was a national event, and I was glad to see Hussein Udabo and Hamad Ba present. And also, the religious leaders were there. My great friend, Tafsir Gay, was present until it was time for him to go say his prayers. And these are the kinds of things that we need to export, El Haj Malik. We need to export this. We need to tell people that it is possible for people of God to live in harmony and peace one with the other. And this profile of being the most, perhaps, our community is A1 for religious coexistence. And we need to export this. And we should continue to pray fervently that this continues to be the norm.
This interview is taking place at a time when Christmas is just next door. Your Grace, let me ask you, Christmas time during your days socially, what were the main highlights of the festivity?
You know, El Haj Malik, the thing about Christian Christmas is that each community is free to celebrate it the way the community feels, they should. So that's why you have a variety of ways of celebrating Christmas. You know, in the north, they have their way of doing it in different parts. And in the Gambia, we have our own unique way. But the general ethos or theme of Christmas is peace and goodwill towards men and women, for that matter. And so the whole question of our neighbors being feted, they are being sent gifts, they are being invited, and there is a general atmosphere of rejoicing, and it doesn't really matter whether you are baptized or not. Famara awalni, kumpuyangi awnale. It's a big event.
Absolutely.
And it's a time of real celebration. And you can tell, and I just hope and pray that Christmas, the atmosphere of Christmas, continues throughout the year, of goodwill, of peace. And do you know, even the economics of the world is affected by Christmas. Because they tell me that although the days running to Christmas, a lot of buying and selling, but on Christmas Day is the lowest, as far as economic, activity is concerned throughout the world. Because all this stock exchange closes. In fact, some countries say there's no trading on Christmas Day. So that notwithstanding, the atmosphere, we have our own way of doing it. The sharing one with the other, the goodwill, the rejoicing. And it's not only on the day. Week before, week after, the carol singers are doing their thing. In our day, the fanal competitions and all of that. And the best, builders of fanal were the folk from Afdai.
Of course.
Yes, and
these were Muslim people.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, and it's not only for Christian feasts, as you know. When it's Tobaski and other Muslim feasts, it's like one community, and it's fantastic. I think we should continue to promote that, and prayers must be offered on a regular basis for this religious coexistence to deepen and grow.
Your Grace, let us look at some of the theme of the carols. These are all heavenly messages, like hark the herald angels sing, "O come all ye faithful," and things like that. These are all trying to portray the coming of Christ to the world, to save mankind from evil. What will be your, if you're going to hold a Christmas Mass, what will be the theme?
Well, the message is clear. The incarnation is, for Anglicans, perhaps, of all the theologies, all the doctrines, our favorite, in the sense that it's a mystery beyond comprehension. That God, in his infinite mercy, decides to touch our humanity by sending his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, through the Blessed Virgin Mary upon this earth to lead us back to him. For us, it is beyond comprehension, but it is evident that God loves the